After a couple of years of frustration, Leon Edwards has finally been rewarded with a banner matchup against one of the biggest stars on the UFC's roster, Nate Diaz. Due to his proximity to the title and the activity of the champion, a win could enhance what is already set to be a banner year for Rocky. However, he's not the only member of the Edwards family that will be breaking new ground in 2021. After fighting his way to the top of Bellator's roster as one of the biggest names in the promotion's European series, Fabian the Assassin Edwards is finally about to make his US debut. Having already taken out the majority of his opposition in Europe, his only career blemish coming at the hands of Kostelo Van Steenis via split decision in his last outing, Bellator have underlined their interest in the Birmingham native by booking him against undefeated Austin Vanderford, who a lot of fans will know as the husband of Paige Van Zandt. While the vast majority of European MMA fans will be no strangers to Fabian's work, the broader fan base might not be so familiar with his story. We caught up with Fabian to discuss his career up to this point, how his first professional loss has changed his mindset, and what he believed lies beyond Vanderford this weekend. This is Pete Carroll for MMA On Point, and welcome to the first episode of Fighter Profiles, where we're going to zoom in on the career of Fabian Edwards. While it has taken older brother Leon a significant amount of time to create a buzz, Fabian garnered a lot of intrigue right from the jump. Coming off a 10-0 amateur stint, his brother's presence in the UFC certainly helped him gain some eyeballs. Bellator giving him a platform for his pro debut in 2017 speaks to the intrigue that surrounded him, and he rewarded the promotion with a stunning first-round flying knee KO of then 2-0 fighter Rafał Sadrowski. Before the European series was founded, UK promotion BAMA began to co-promote events with the US organisation, with Edwards garnering prominent main card status on the BAMA portion of events. After his successful pro debut with Bellator, he tagged on 2 submission wins back-to-back over Aaron Kennedy and Lewis King. Moving to 3-0 against King, his reputation began working for him as a major UK tabloid, The Sun, exclusively streamed just his fight on the night, completely disrupting the broadcast, but again underlining his evident promise. He continued to generate hype with another first-round win over Kent Kapanen in March 2018. In contrast, a week later, his brother was booed in London after a dominant win over Gunnar Nelson, but the younger sibling never got any notions in terms of where he was in the pecking order.
My brother is the man, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what the fans think. In all of our eyes and everyone in Birmingham, my brother is the man. As much as the fan love is good, but he's the man in it. You know what I mean? I'm like, he's the man, I'm down there sort of thing. So I always put him on a pedestal compared to me. So
2 months later, Edwards gave BAMA one last highlight reel finish when he stopped SBG's Claudio Conti with a body kick at BAMA 35.
Against Kent Kapanen from Fabian. Oh, and as he said that, you said about the left. Oh my goodness, Chris.
7 months later, he would make his Bellator debut. He described the contract as life-changing as it allowed him to quit his full-time job as a janitor, something he had used to support his family and his fight career since his fledgling days as a pro. Even though it was a huge change being able to designate all of his time to his fight career, it didn't take away from Edwards' hunger.
In my head, I haven't achieved anything, man. You know, I haven't got no world titles, you know, I haven't bought myself a house, I haven't bought my mom's that. So that all of these things, until I have achieved those, it's like, you know, I should be a bit more like proud of my journey, but I'm
On signing for Bellator, Edwards became a marquee draw for the European series. He faced a stern test in his return to the promotion when he took on former Cage Warriors champion Lee Chadwick in Newcastle, outclassing the veteran over 3 rounds to earn a one-sided decision. Showcasing his dynamic finishing ability, in his next outing, he downed Falco Neto with an upkick before finishing him. The win would later take on more prominence when the Portuguese fighter tested positive for multiple steroids in the aftermath of the contest. Fans weren't bowled over when he drew relative unknown Jonathan Basuku in his next outing. Yet, another decision win would pave the way to a clash for Bellator's UK middleweight supremacy as Edwards was matched with London shoe fighters Mike Shipman, which would go on to become one of the most memorable rivalries from the European series. At the face-off the day before their meeting, Edwards v Shipman's rivalry morphed into Team Renegade v London shoe fighters beef when several members of each team got involved in a kerfuffle, including Shoot's Michael Venom Page. When it came time to fight, members of each team were dotted around the arena waiting to jump in should things kick off again. Although the atmosphere was incredible in the O2 that night, the fight didn't ignite in the way people thought it would, with Edwards walking away with a split decision win after 15 minutes. If his clash with Shipman would determine Bellator's best UK middleweight, his next clash with Kostelo Van Steenis would try to crown Bellator's best European middleweight. Again, the fight wouldn't be remembered for its furious exchanges, but rather for Edwards suffering his first defeat athlete across both amateur and professional MMA competition. His lack of finishes with Bellator and the loss to Van Steenis have led to a change in his mindset.
I've been fighting for like 6.5 years now, and before I lost, it just felt like I was just treating each of my wins like, I'll win, and then I'd be like, so what? There was no like fire in each win. You know what I mean? I was just treating a win like it's normal. Whereas we all know it's tough to get a win in MMA and it's tough to get a finish in MMA. So I just felt like I should appreciate all my wins and treat them how they should be treated. My last couple of fights, I've just kind of thought win. That's all you need to do, just win. Rather than finish people. It's a whole different mentality. I'll switch back to that mentality now. And like I say, man, I cannot wait to show it. I really can't.
It's been 8 months since the split decision loss to Van Steenis, and Edwards is chomping at the bit to get back to action. He also underlined his satisfaction with getting matched with someone with name value like Vanderford, who he believes will be his toughest test to date.
This is my biggest fight to date, you know, especially coming off a loss. It brings a good name value, and also he's ranked above me. He's undefeated, you know, so there's nothing more than going in there and defeating a guy that's got a good name, and he's undefeated as well. That's a perfect comeback fight for me. I couldn't have thought of any other fight apart from the rematch. That would have been a good fight.
Edwards also thinks that a lot of people might overlook Vanderford's skill set because of his relationship with Van Zandt.
I'm not fighting him and his missus, am I? You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't think I've ever watched one of his missus fights in my life. You know what I mean? I know her name because obviously she's off decent. You know what I mean? That's about it. You know, like people might be overlooking his skills, but I'm locked in. I know what he's about. You know, and I know what he's gonna try to do, and I'm ready for all of that.
Confident of an emphatic result, Edwards is already plotting his next step beyond Bellator 259.
The guy above me or a rematch, or if Bellator want to renegotiate that contract for that world title, then we can do that as well. You know, I love a rematch, not gonna lie, because I love nothing more than going out there and finishing that guy, man. And I strongly believe I'm gonna destroy this Caesar. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. I'm gonna destroy him. Why not just stay out there and fight in June? You know, why not get a fight with Costello in June? You know what I mean? That'd be ideal for me. 2 back-to-back fights.
I really hope you're all looking forward to this matchup between 2 very exciting Bellator middleweights this Friday night. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to the magnificent Fabian Edwards, and of course, thank you to my flame, my muse, and my moral compass, Lawton Money Veerkant. Enjoy the fights.